I didn't actually plan it, but I happened to meet him in the park as I was going for a stroll, as is my custom. I went in the park and I saw him coming. He seemed to be a bit worried. I'm speaking about Rajiv, my old acquaintance. And he said, I would like to meet you. And he started telling me his story, an incident, and he wanted my help about the matter. What could be the one special skill we need, or the unique spiritual talent, a special awareness we need when we live with others in companionship, in a group, maybe in marriage life, as couples, family life, in any companionship, we need a one special, unique skill, a talent. Mothers don't have a problem. Mothers with young baby have this spiritual skill instinctively. What's that special skill which I would call as a spiritual skill which all of us who live in companionship need? Especially couples, married people, family people need. Could we call this a special skill as a special common sense or special uncommon sense? His name was Rajiv. Rajiv told me something about his wife, bride. They recently married 2-3 months back. Bride, Kusuma. Actually, they fell in love. The family was a joint family. They got married. She was exuberant to come to a new family. And they had honeymoon days. And Rajiv, by nature, was a very considerate person. After about a month of coming to mother-in-law's house, father-in-law's house, Kusuma fell sick. Not a big sickness, some fever, cough, some kind of sneezing she had. Actually, she recovered from that sickness in no time. That's what Rajiv told me. Within 3 or 4 days, she was up and started going to the office. But she was not the same Kusuma. Kusuma was so cheerful in mother-in-law's house with the new family, exuberant in the new family, married life. But something had changed. For no reason, she started getting irritated. During meals, when they were sitting together, she'll be quiet, would not open her mouth. After meals, she will go to her room, confine herself to her room. Rajiv found this behavior mysterious. Why is she so silent? What happened? Rajiv did not see any apparent reason for such a peculiar behavior in the first days of their marriage. Then Rajiv told Kusuma, we'll go for a walk today. So they went for a walk. There Rajiv confronted her and asked her why there is a sudden change of behavior in you. Was there anything that has happened which hurt her, which none of us were aware of? Did the mother-in-law made any comment, nasty comment, and she is hurt? Or any family members were the cause of her feeling hurt? Fortunately, Kusuma opened up and started sobbing. Her version was very interesting. When she was sick, ordinary fever, and she took leave from attending the office, Rajiv did not take her to the doctor. Doctor was not called. to find out what is her sickness. Mother-in-law did not come to her room and inquire about her fever, or keep her palms on her forehead and to check her fever. Nobody in this family seems to be concerned about her fever and sickness. So she felt neglected because she was ignored, and she judged that nobody seems to be bothered in this family. Kusuma comes from a family where even minor sickness, a sneeze, a belch, little coughing, minor irritations, minor headaches are considered big, major sicknesses. If someone has slight fever, the whole family will gather around the bed and made fuss and took enough care. Everybody was told, silence, she's sick, silence, don't talk loudly. Everybody will speak in whispers. Kusuma had brought that culture, their family culture, with her, making a fuss about sickness, whereas in Rajiv's family, nobody made a fuss. A mature spiritual person is very much aware of this invisible bag we carry wherever we go to a new place, a new group, new family. We have visible bags to carry. We have suitcases, all our dress, jewelry, notebooks, medicines, everything is there in visible suitcase, visible bag. Along with the visible suitcase, we also carry an invisible suitcase. What are the contents of this invisible suitcase? There are values, customs, common sense, gestures, rights and wrongs, which we picked up from our family members, from our parents. We have that in the invisible suitcase that is not seen but could be sensed. Kusuma had picked up from her family in her invisible suitcase, which she carried, that common sense. That is, when a family member is sick, it is a common sense that all the other members of the family surround her, make fuss about sickness, show a lot of concern, sing lullaby, shed tears. Everybody will keep silence, prepare bitter concoctions, call the doctors, keep a stock of tablets, and feed her with these tablets. In Rajiv's family, some other culture prevailed. These are minor ailments, not important. It could be ignored. If somebody is sick, he will take some rest or she will take some rest, then it's okay. She'll come out of it. Don't make a fuss about this sickness. That thinking pattern, common sense, was fever, headache, and other aches are nothing special. If you sneeze, and if you have aches and temperature, you can go and take some rest, that's all. Making fuss about that is not the culture of this family, nothing special. That was their invisible bag. So what happened? Kusuma's family bag culture and Rajiv's family culture, between two invisible bags, there was a clash. For that, actually, the lovers should take at least 6 months, if not 1 year, before their wedding to study the content of each other's invisible bag which they carry in companionship. Or what happens is the bride presumes that the bridegroom will change his behavior after the wedding, but it does not change. And bridegroom assumes that the bride will not change her behavior after the wedding, but she changes. I'll tell you something. I don't know whether you'll agree with this, but it's proven fact. What bride or bridegroom liked most before the wedding becomes the cause of conflict after the wedding. What I liked in the bride or what I liked in the bridegroom before the wedding becomes the primary cause of conflict after the wedding. Same thing with a school teacher as with married couple. A school teacher should pay attention to the invisible school bag of her students. Students, when they come to the classroom, they bring their visible bags with books, pens, notebooks, tiffin box. But teacher has to pay attention to that invisible suitcase, school bag, which each student brings. In that invisible school bag of the student, the contents are what happened yesterday at home. There was fight between mommy and daddy. There was a fight outside the house. From a poor family, there was no food at night. Child could not get sleep at home because of shouting, fights. Everything is in this invisible bag that student brings to the classroom. You cannot punish a child because you have to first find out what is in that invisible bag. A good committed teacher is aware what are the contents of each student in my class of that invisible bag. A spiritual person is aware that he carries an invisible suitcase along with him wherever he goes, and is completely aware of the contents in that invisible bag. Is to live in a group, is maybe live in a community, in companionship. Each member of that group should be fully aware what is in my invisible bag, which is not seen by others, but I should be so careful, so skillful to find out what are the contents of this invisible bag. Especially the married couple has to be aware of each other's invisible bags and contents of those bags. Every mother-in-law, husband, wife should take enough trouble to study each other's invisible bags. Parents should be aware of invisible bags of their children. This is also part of our spirituality. This is a great gift we can give to ourselves and to others, to be aware of our own invisible bags, the contents of our invisible bags, and become aware, alert of what is there in somebody else's invisible bag. Then we become a blessing to each other. Thank you very much. Meet you again. Wait for the next Saturday.